Hi, I'm Chris White, one of the project managers at Wynn Consulting Engineers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The 2024 storm season is here, and it looks like we're about to get hit by what might end up being Hurricane Francine. So if you've got your supplies ready and you're deciding to ride it out, okay, that's one thing. Or maybe you're going to just head out and come back when the storm passes, but may need to get into recovery when you get home. There are a lot of great resources out there about what to do to prepare for a storm, and I'll have a link to some of those resources. The first thing in recovering from a storm, when you're going back to your home or to your business, just remember that your safety is the most important thing. We can replace buildings, we can replace contents, we can replace all this stuff that we have, but you are more important than anything that you'd ever want to risk your life to go into a building to try to get or salvage. So there are a few safety things to keep in mind when you're re-entering your home or your business. First off, electricity. You may have lost power and think that your power is out, but the house or the business, the building might have electricity restored. And so depending on where you're going and what you're doing, you could come into contact with energized equipment or circuitry. So you want to make sure that you don't place yourself at any risk to shock or electrocution. The other thing to make sure of is that the building's structurally sound. Sometimes trees, other structural damage can occur, and sometimes it's hard to pick up on that and know that a building's not safe to go back into. So first off, make sure that it's safe for you to enter, and always make sure that you're going to be able to make it out again. Once you've established that you can move around inside your home or your business, what you want to do is take a look at what water damage, what other damage has occurred. If you know that you had water damage, maybe something started to get moldy, the first thing to do is to get your building dry and keep it dry. You want to clean materials, get them dried out, and see what you might have to discard or what materials you might be able to clean and salvage. When you go to remove materials, if you're gutting, if you're doing demolition, removing floors, walls, you want to make sure that you're not disturbing materials that contain asbestos or lead. If you have the right training, equipment, or if you have a contractor that's going to go in there and do the work for you, make sure that they're ready to remove and dispose of those materials properly. When you get into the cleaning and disinfecting stage, there are a lot of really good commercial products that are out there, but you can actually use your own DIY cleaning and disinfecting mix with nothing more than distilled white vinegar and borax, which does a pretty good job of cleaning and disinfecting materials. Then figure out what materials you can salvage. There are some materials that when they get wet and they get moldy, you might not be able to clean those yourself, or you may not want to clean them yourself. It may take you more time and cost more money to clean those materials than if you just go ahead and pitch it and replace those materials. But some things can be cleaned, disinfected, and salvaged. But go through and segregate those materials out, figure out what you can clean and what you want to keep, and then what you're going to just go ahead and dispose of. Okay, let's talk about mold for a second. The first thing I want to say is that there's no such thing as a mold-free certificate. And I'm bringing this up right now because after the flood in 2016 here in Baton Rouge, there were companies that were going around selling services to give homeowners mold-free certificates. And they were telling people that that was a requirement if they ever wanted to sell their building in the future. And there is no such thing as a mold-free certificate. There's no requirement for that. It's a money grab is what it is. So don't fall for that scheme. If you get into mold remediation, get it clean, get it dry, keep it dry, stop the water, and then get those materials cleaned and disinfected. And if you do it right, you hopefully only have to do it one time, and then that's it. We got a helicopter flying overhead, so I'm just going to stand here and drink my coffee and pray for Louisiana. Yeah, there he goes. I hope this video helps. I'll have a link to a tip sheet that we have for storm recovery that you can use for hurricanes, floods, natural disasters. And if there's anything that we can do to help, give us a call or send me an email. Thanks for watching.